everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today at Re-Written Vintage Homestead. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm coming down off of a 2-day chemo headache. So I get those a couple times a week, and my medicine is so strong. That's, why that happens. And I talked to my oncologist about it last week, and really the only thing we can do is to lower the dose. And if we do that, then, it doesn't fight the cancer cells like you need it to. So, I just kind of have to find some other measures to help me work through them. And, I can handle 5 good days. So, but when I get to feeling pain like this, I get reflective and I get weepy. So bear with me. And, I also get that way too when I drink. That's why I don't drink anymore, because I get weepy and 10 feet tall and bulletproof. So those days are over. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what happened over the weekend in Israel. It has really been devastating to me. And I think one of the reasons I'm having such a difficult time articulating this is I'm so frustrated. We went through 9/11. I remember it. Anyone that was alive during that time can tell you what they were doing when they heard the news of that. It was so devastating, absolutely devastating. And we haven't learned anything from it. Our borders are absolutely wide open right now. Those terror cells are probably already here in the United States, and they're going to catch us unaware. It's going to happen again. It's inevitable that it will happen again, just like it just did in Israel. And Thomas Jefferson said, you get the government you deserve or you vote for. And that's the truth. You really do. And that's what happened to the people of Palestine. They voted for Hamas to be their ruling party. And now they're being bombed by Israel in retaliation. And they're getting the government that they deserve as well. So I think I'm just very, very frustrated with my country. Today is Columbus Day, and our president hasn't come out and spoken against our 9 American citizens being taken hostage. We've not heard the press secretary come on the news and tell us what's going to be done about that. Are we going to help the people of Israel for this totally unprovoked attack? And while I am agitated and frustrated, I'm not fearful for them. And that's what I want to address. You shall not be afraid of them, but remember what the Lord your God did to Pharaoh and to all Egypt. The great trials which your eyes saw, the signs, the wonders, the aim by which the Lord your God brought you out. So shall the Lord your God do to all the people whom you are afraid. Moreover, the Lord your God will send a hornet among them until those who are left hide themselves from you, and they are all destroyed. You shall not dread them, for the Lord your God is among you, and mighty and terrible God. And the Lord your God will clear out those nations before you little by little. You may not consume them quickly, lest the beasts of the field increase among you. But the Lord your God will give them over to you and will confuse them with a mighty panic until they are destroyed. I am tired of these politicians going on the news saying we need to ask Israel to restrain themselves. There are civilians that are involved. No fooling. How many well, so far, 700 civilians have been killed in Israel. And we don't expect them to retaliate. And I'm glad Israel doesn't listen to us about that anyway. They've already said this is going to be utter destruction. And that is exactly what God has told them to do. It should be cleared out, totally cleared out, utter destruction. Israel is surrounded. Every border of Israel is surrounded by countries who hate them and who hate the Jewish people and don't believe in their right to exist. They have to defend themselves. And we as Christians in the United States should be totally supportive of that. And our government should be supporting them to make sure this never happens again. And I guarantee you, if we should face such a threat here in our country, it will be Israel that comes to defend us. News reports are saying there is no way Hamas could have pulled this off by themselves. They don't have paragliders. If they were training them there in Gaza, that they would have picked up that intelligence. So Iran has even, some officials in Iran have said that they funded it. And that's concerning for many reasons. There's a new world order basically between Iran, China, and Russia. They would all love to see nothing more than the destruction of the United States. Also, they all have a hatred for Christianity. So, I believe part of the purpose of this is to draw the United States in. I think that's, it hasn't worked with Ukraine so far, other than we have, almost bankrupted ourselves trying to help them. But we've not really drawn ourselves into the war. But now we're finding out that there are American citizens that were taken hostage. Despite the fact that we just released $6 billion, the United States did, to Iran several weeks ago. So, yeah. Do you guys remember Arnold Schwarzkopf? What's his name? Arnold Schwarzkopf. Yeah, you guys, somebody will correct me if I'm saying it wrong. But he was the general who led us during the Iran-Iraq wars, Operation Desert Storm. And boy, wasn't he someone that the men wanted to follow. And I heard on the news today, they were interviewing an Israeli general. And the way they do it in Israel is, if you're a high-ranking official in the army, you go in first. Because that motivates your army behind you to take up your cause. Think about General Lee. That's what he did. And the great generals in history, Patton. But our current generals are making color books to help recruit people into our services. That's another way. That's another way they're going to catch us with our pants down. We have got to be ready. We have got to be strong. We have got to be guarding our borders, and we need generals that can lead, like Israel has. So in conclusion, I want to remind my Christian friends that, yes, this is sad, and I know it's probably hit you as hard as it has me. But we need to be strong for our allies and remember what God said. He will take care of them. We already know how this is going to turn out. Israel will be victorious, but they may need our help, and we should do everything we can to contact our representatives and let them know that's what we expect. And that's what needs to be done. We need to have as steely a reserve as they do. And we need to keep an eye on this situation. Like I said, they've not been able to draw us into a war yet, but they're still looking for avenues to get us there. So, you guys, thanks for joining me here today. I had a hard time articulating this, really, because I know what's going to happen in the end. I just can't believe the inept leadership that we are currently seeing in the United States. And because of that, I really feel like we are sitting ducks, basically, and that we don't hear more of an uproar about this. So I'm trying to stay positive today. My headache's a little better, and I made it through this without crying, so that's good news. And also, too, I try to count my blessings on when I'm feeling this way. Oh, so here's a blessing for you guys. No matter what life throws at me, at least I don't have ugly kids. That's a blessing. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Let me know what you think. Please leave your comments. I'm open to everything. You know, I'm open to debate your opinion. All of my viewers are the most wonderful people, and the ones that aren't, we don't hear from, so don't worry about it. So dialogue is welcome. I ask that you keep praying for the people of Israel. Keep them in your prayers. I think there's a lot more horror that we're going to be seeing in the next few days. I think we might see another invasion of some kind from another area. But keep your steely resolve that you know how things are going to end. You guys have a great week, and I sure hope the skies are blue wherever you are, and come back and see me.